Harry Mays.
I'm Harry Mays, and we have 12 days, 21 hours, and 35 minutes until the Eagles play the Dallas Cowboys. That's all I'm thinking about.
Well, I'm Jason Myrtetus. That preseason game that just finally finished, I think it took 12 hours to play.
Yeah.
It's Locked On
like
Eagles Squad Show.
You are Locked On Eagles Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Your team every day. That's right. It is your team for the Locked On Eagles postcast. Harry Mays, Jason Reed, Squad Show. Marc Farzetta will join us. He was pressed into Phillies depressing duty tonight.
How about that deal? Oh, my goodness.
That'd be more fun to talk about.
Oh, they spit that one up with Duran on the hill. Oh, my God, to the Nationals. My God.
Oh, well, this being a Philadelphia sports fan will drive you nuts at times.
Oh.
But we're about to embark, Harry, on the wild roller coaster again. And as you mentioned, down to the second, basically, we'll be cranked up the hill again on the roller coaster, tick, 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 tick. And then when that ball gets kicked off against the Dallas Cowboys, it'll be the roller coaster ride of another NFL season. Preseason is officially, for the Eagles, over.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
My God. It's so funny because we look forward to this like, you know, in June and early July. You're like, man, I can't wait till the team gets back to camp. You know, there'll be so much stuff to talk about. And then they get to camp and I'm like, yeah, there's a couple of things, but there's really not a lot of issues, you know, with this squad. Right. So you're just like, all right, you know, maybe I'll take a look at a preseason game and you see the starters, some of the starters for a couple of series, and then you're just like, man, when is this over? Yeah. Let's just get to the first game. My God.
Well, like back in the day when they had 4 preseason games, the third preseason game was literally a dress rehearsal for the start. They play into the third quarter.
Yeah, they used to have 5-6 preseason games way back when I was a kid.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, because those guys, you know, they were bagging groceries at the local ShopRite for an off-season job. They weren't full-time athletes like it was like they are today. So it would take like 6-7 games for these guys to get in shape.
Yeah.
You know, but obviously that's not the case now, and they'll probably end up knocking this thing down to 2 preseason games once they go to 18 regular season games, which is probably coming pretty soon. But still, you know, those 2 games will be agony. It's like there's nothing you can do to make the preseason really interesting.
Yeah.
You just hope nobody seriously gets hurt.
Look, if we had our way with it, we would say just no preseason games, have some, you know, scrimmage against another team a couple of
which
times.
they do. Yeah.
But there's no money at the gate for that. For the NFL.
I know.
And when you buy season tickets, you have to buy the preseason.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. I mean,
and I saw a lot of Eagles jerseys in the crowd tonight at MetLife. Okay. And I heard Scott Graham referencing, you know, people driving up, you know,
easy drive.
It's so funny because whenever Tom McCarthy sees like Phillies gear on the road, he assumes that the Phillies fans, they all flew out there. Like nobody could be a Phillies fan that lives in Chicago, let's say.
Tampa.
Right. And just wants to, hey, my team's in town. I'm going to go to the game and wear my gear. You know, they always had to come here from Philadelphia, which I think is funny. But
like
who in
their
right mind would have driven to MetLife tonight? Okay, 2+ hours, whatever. That's an awful place to get in and out of, by the way, if you've ever experienced it. And I know you have. And to go watch that preseason, who's driving from Philly to go do that?
Yeah, I can't imagine doing that. If my kid said, Dad, can we go to the preseason game at MetLife? I'd say no.
Oh, if Dad told me back in the day, hey, we're going to the preseason game, I'll say, you know what? I'll take a pass.
Yeah, I'll take a pass on that.
You go to that game, Dad.
I was at MetLife, not for a football game, though, Harry. I was there for the Stadium Series, the Flyers.
The hockey. Yeah, of course.
It's a nice stadium, but you're right. It's the pain to get in and out of. It's not.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, geographically, New York's not far away, but it ain't easy to get to.
No, it's not. It's not.
Especially on a Friday. There's always traffic in and around New York, no matter what. But it is over, thank goodness. And you know, we didn't see a snap for Jalen Hurts. We didn't see a snap for Saquon Barkley. A lot of the starters And we hear these reports from camp, and is there something to worry about? And, the other thing that I discount a little bit too is some of the reports on injuries, because you have to list guys that are dealing with stuff if they're going to miss practice. I think a lot of this is just maintenance going into a season. And if the game actually counted, a lot of these guys don't show up on an injury report.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny Wilson is gone for the year. That's the injury that could affect.
They got out with one though, Harry.
The depth chart. Yes, it's pretty good actually. It really is. Provided Landon Dickerson will be available week 1, and everybody seems to think that he will. So yeah, they were able to get through it without too much damage. And Makuba, I would have liked to seen. 2 injuries for Makuba in a 3.5 week span doesn't really make me feel too good.
Yeah.
Even though they're not serious injuries. And actually the 2 wide receivers, we talked about this yesterday with Farzy, like, hamstrings and groins, soft tissue stuff. These are nagging injuries that can last and can flare up at any point in time. Like,
do you buy they're legit though?
Yeah, I do.
Devontae
Smith hasn't done squat the entire preseason. He's been hurt with a back or a groin. I mean, he hasn't done squat.
Yeah, those are 2 things that I don't like hearing, like a back and a groin. And you're right, like a groin for a wide receiver has got to cut and really jerky movements and explosive. Those are scary. And hamstring, scary. Yeah, no doubt about it. You mentioned Farzetta, and he has done Phillies coverage and gotten his work done post, and he joins us here on the Locked On Eagles Squad show.
Dude. I mean, have you recovered from that awful Phillies loss? I was actually watching that.
I don't like doing this, but on a night like tonight, there's no choice. I set up two TVs in my lair, as I like to call it.
A lair or a lair?
A lair.
Lair, yeah. And I'm watching both things going on here, and like my ADHD is just off the charts. I'm like a cat watching ping pong, man. It's insane. And
which one was more nauseating, right?
It was fun there for 7 innings, 8 innings actually, and then Johan Duran. That Dombrowski guy, he sucks. I don't know what this Duran guy's doing. Yeah, good Lord. No. I just picture, I don't know if you guys saw the story that they moved around ad spots so they could show Johan Duran's
his entrance,
big thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's imploding. JT's making a horrible throw to third, and I just can't help but think some ad executive at NBC, a guy I probably know and worked with, is probably like, I moved around ad spots for this crap. That kind of thing.
Amy Fadul was left to explain it on social media. I saw.
That's right. I did see. I didn't know. Was she the only one that put it out there? Because that's the only one I saw.
Yeah, that's the only one I saw too.
Torno might have picked it up for Inquirer, but that sucked. I mean, let's say this about the Eagles. Do you guys believe that we had 4 of these not that long ago?
I know.
When Harry was a kid, they had 10. Yeah. The football wasn't quite this. The football was round back then, too.
It was, yeah.
It was an actual pig intestine.
Leather helmets, no face masks.
They gutted a pig on the field and made a football before the game. They stitched it with a needle and thread.
Yeah, a 54-year-old linebacker actually hunted the pig. They killed it as part
Chuck
of the
Bednarik would go out before the game and bring one in. And he wouldn't use a gun. He'd jump on its back and then strangle it.
Yeah. Before he was Concrete Charlie, he was Pigskin Chucky. Yep.
Yeah.
12 days, 21 hours, Farzy, until a real game. That's it. Yeah.
It's not really not that far away. We get a little reprieve for a period of time. Harry, I said before I would tee you up for the particulars on the game. You seem to have a lot of particulars on the Phillies, blowing it to the Nats.
Yeah.
Is there any particulars that stuck out to you in this game other than like Kyle McCord plays the whole thing? And I mean, is there anything really to break down here?
Jake Elliott looks good. I was concerned about Jake Elliott at the end, towards the end of last year. He was kind of turning into a little bit of a question mark. You see, with a lot of kickers, once they start losing it, they lose it. And he seems to have bounced back, so that makes me feel pretty good. I mean, what else do you make of this? I love the interviews on the sidelines tonight. I thought it was dude. Nolan Smith. I love that guy.
Yeah,
like he's impressive, and I was impressed with Jordan Davis too. He seems like I'm rooting for that guy to have a hell of a year.
The only time Yeah, the only time I muted the Phillies game and listened to the Eagles was the Jalen Hurts interview. No, he didn't really give
good.
anything.
He was good
He was good. Yeah, he was good. But there
he
was
looks good in
like,
that bucket hat. That I don't look good in that kind of a bucket hat, but he looked really good in that hat.
See, I could look good on a bucket hat on camera, but not in person because I'm too short.
Oh.
He definitely pulls off the he dresses like he's an extra on Saved by the Bell. I've noticed that a lot.
He does.
He looks like he could be like in the back when like Zach Morris is walking in and AC Slater's like, "What's up, Preppy?" Like in the background is Jalen Hurts just walking by, going from class to class. Like he would fit in so well, but he makes it work. That's the style that works for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because he's confident, dude.
But he's got some style.
Yeah,
it's confidence.
Yeah.
He just exudes confidence.
Yeah.
If you dress like that, you're damn right you could air it out in the Super Bowl. That's what that means. That's what that scouting report is. But you mentioned Jake Elliott. I will say this. The first field goal he made, what was it, 53 yards?
51, maybe something like that.
51-yarder. That did not look good. That started out. He threw a slider.
It was out. Yeah. It was out. It came back. It kind of cut back in. Yeah.
50.
I saw it go up.
Was it 53?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw it go up, and I went, "Oh boy, we're going to be talking about this one." And no, he just a little WD-40 on that one to squeak that one in. Yeah. And then the other one, he just nailed. He just absolutely nailed. You're like, okay, all right, no problem here whatsoever. But when you're talking about the kicker, like here's what I'll say. If you're coming out of the last preseason game and the kicker is a talking, like even like, okay, yeah, he was good. Like if that's one of the best things you can say about the game, that kind of lets you know a couple of things. One, you're ready for the regular season.
Yes.
And two, I think this team is ready. Look, there is one concern, and that's depth in a lot of issues or a lot of spots. Most notably, the defensive end position, the edge rusher position. The depth is not there. I still have concern about that. Oziz Ojulari running around out there is. I didn't expect to see him out there.
I didn't see him getting cut.
It's quite possible. Well, the thing is, like, who are you going to elevate?
Well, right.
Somebody cheaper.
Yeah, is he really even that? I don't even remember the deal that he signed.
He's a veteran, though.
He hasn't looked like one of these great signings by Howie Roseman.
He doesn't look like a guy that's had 5 sacks in each of the last 3 seasons.
No, he doesn't. No.
Yeah. He did have the one in the one game, but he has not looked good. I mean, you talk about depth, like you need depth on a football team, and we don't know with these wide receivers with Devontae and AJ Brown if they're going to have to dip into that pool. They obviously had the loss the other day, and they only lose one player through the entire. That's a win to lose. Yeah, just lose Johnny Wilson. That's it. But I mean, what'd you guys think of Aeneas Smith? You confident there in the punt return game?
I like the return game. That's about it.
I mean, he's not going to catch many passes. Yeah. He's not going to catch many passes for you, but I look, it's not just about look, the number one goal for me is Cooper DeJean is not doing it. So that's good. Check that box.
Right.
I'm good with Aeneas Smith being able to return punts for this football team. That's not a concern, not on my radar as far as this game. Like as far as this game goes, I think you can do it in the regular season. I got confidence you could do it. If you need him to go in there as a wide receiver from time to time, you got guys banged up, hamstring injuries, groin injuries. I'm okay with him getting some reps. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned with him.
And if I need Cooper DeJean for a special situation punt return, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Did you hear that at the end, or not at the end? It was like maybe the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth, where they were talking about DeJean and the defensive coordinator would love to see him as the safety.
Yeah. Ross Tucker heard that, is why he said it. He heard that probably from the defensive coordinator.
Like, what? What? What do you think about that?
He's going to get what he wants.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, that's what I think. He's going to get what if he didn't mention. Ross Tucker just doesn't come out of the thin blue air with something like that.
Yeah, I mean that could mean that's why they brought in Jacorian Bennett as another cornerback, because they're going to move DeJean to safety, and they're going to play either Bennett or Jackson. Those two guys will probably start with Mitchell as the 3 cornerbacks. They wanted Ringo to get it, but Ringo did not step forward and take the job. He could get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far
Louis
as
going to be mourning.
as far as DeJean goes, I keep going back to Vic Fangio talking about James Bradbury. This is last year, going into last year, and how it's going to be tough for a guy who's an outside corner to play slot. It's easier for a slot guy or nickel guy to play safety and a safety to play nickel because they're used to being physical, and you got to be physical in those positions
inside the hash.
And that got the wheels turning a little bit when it came to what Vic Fangio is scouting. Not specifically to James Bradbury, of course, but just how he thinks about the position in general, to the point where he doesn't even refer to three corners. He doesn't even refer to nickel corner as corner. He refers to it as nickel. It's a totally different position in his mind. And I understand, basically, yes, he's right. But Cooper DeJean dominating at that position, being a game changer and an impactful at that position, I don't want to take him off that spot. If I know I have that locked in and you're going to make that change, hey, look, you can have all the confidence in the world in guys like Jeff Stoutland and Vic Fangio and all that. They meet guys and they just turn out to be, great players. I mean, that is a big dice roll, and you're asking for a lot of trust in Vic Fangio if he's going to say, oh, yeah, no, Cooper DeJean can do this too. And, I'll say this about Cooper DeJean. He does seem to me to be a type of player that I refer to as like a whatever player. It's like, hey, I need you to play corner, whatever. I need you to play safety, whatever.
Right.
Like, it just doesn't faze him, whatever you need. So I find that really interesting that came out during tonight's game.
Yeah.
I find it really interesting that Vic Fangio has already put his cards on the table with what he thinks about corner and nickel and safety being interchangeable. If you have a guy that can play slot at a really, really high level, he could go out there and play safety as well. But I also thought that the kind of goal was to have talent at these positions. Like, you didn't have to let Chauncey Gardner-Johnson go. I would rather have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Cooper DeJean playing in there.
You'd feel a lot better.
They've excelled out. Exactly. Yeah. So, anyway, how many more days till the first game? How many more days till
12 days, 20-some hours. Yeah.
That's time to sign Justin Simmons. He knows what he's doing in this defense. You're good. You're good.
But you're right, though, Mark. It is about trust, like trust in Vic Fangio. You look at it and you go, sometimes they make position changes with players, and you go, well, why are they doing it? Like, this guy had a really good year in his rookie year. Are you risking messing him up, asking him to do something different? And are you now weaker at two positions by doing it? Is he as good and impactful at safety as he was at corner? You don't know.
Yeah.
But Vic Fangio's got to look at the total unit and go, what can I put on the field? Where can I put the pieces to give me the best chance to be dominant on that side of the ball again? And I mean, if there's a guy that's earned trust, it's him at this point in his coaching life, which has been forever. I don't know, but it does leave me a little uneasy feeling. And again, like, you didn't have to let Gardner-Johnson go.
Right.
Were you surprised that Ringo didn't play tonight?
It's telling.
Yeah, it's two things. It's either you made the team with flying colors or start packing your bags. And I think for Ringo, it's start packing your bags.
Right. I mean, he wasn't getting first team reps here for the last couple of practices. I would have thought they would have at least thrown him into this game to see if he could make something happen.
Yeah,
it was weird.
One last chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't get it. That's how far up. I mean, think about this. Vic Fangio is one of the few coaches that will actually tell you something during his press conferences, whether it's what I was referencing a year ago or it's this week, or 2 weeks ago now with Ja'Cory and Bennett. Ja'Cory and Bennett got here, and Vic Fangio's reaction to whether or not is he going to have a chance to compete, for a starting job?
I guess he could compete.
I guess he could. Like, it's training camp. Like, I would expect Vic Fangio, if I was to take a guess how Vic Fangio's going to answer the question, it's like, nobody has a starting job.
Right.
Everyone starts over. This is training camp. And
it's all a competition. Yeah.
It's all a competition. And he's like, well, I guess, what's his name? How do you say it? I don't even remember. He literally said he didn't remember him.
Yeah.
Vic Fangio was a head coach in the National Football League. Ja'Cory and Bennett.
Because I call him Jack.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You guys call him Ja'Cory, and I call him Jack.
I call him Jables. Right. He goes, he's like, who did we get? Like, he reflected more on Thomas Booker IV getting traded than he did in what the Eagles got in return.
Yeah.
And this tells you how bad it's been for Keely Ringo. First preseason game, Ja'Cory and Bennett looks like a player. And it's like, oh, damn, this guy's definitely going to be in the competition. Then he gets out there. Mac McWilliams gets out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, is Keely Ringo even here anymore? What's going on?
Yeah.
McWilliams looks like a guy you got to keep around.
Definitely.
As a depth guy. Special teams, whatever.
He had that nice breakup on the third down play in the late in that second quarter, midway through the second quarter, I think it was. Very aggressive on that one. That was great to see. Yeah, he's got a nose to be around the ball. I'd like to see more of him for a rookie.
I'm a little bummed that my guy Ty Robinson didn't do anything to stand out in these 3 games.
I am too. I thought of that. Yeah. Well, he had the sack. He had the 1 sack in the one game, in the first game.
Against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Okay. When we were ripping, well, some of us were ripping the hair out of our heads. Some of us have already done that. Again with Chase, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins just lighting the world on fire there. Ty Robinson was able to get in the backfield in one of those games. Yeah, that was good.
That was the Tanner McKee
but
game.
Since then, Harry, to your point,
it was.
Yeah.
That was
also a little
stealing the headlines
that was the Tanner McKee game. Then you had the Drew Makuba game last week, and this week,
the Jake Elliott game.
Is it the Jake?
Oh my!
I mean, we're talking about Jake the Make right out of the jump.
I hate to do it to Russ. That's not. That's not a good one.
Ross, he was taking some heat for that. Yeah.
What's the nickname?
Yeah, Jake the Make. He acted like he came up with it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Scotty Graham bailed him out though, because when he made the field goal and he goes, "There's Jake Elliott with the make." So it was like, but Ross tried to sell it before that, and it wasn't working. He's like, I'm probably going to get ripped on social media.
You know, these guys know that this is a tough sell. That game, they know.
Yeah, they do a great job with it.
Yeah, I thought they were fine.
I mean, Ross is breaking down plays with guys that are never going to see the NFL.
I know.
The next NFL they see is going to be the same one we see on TV.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our first break. We'll come back, and we need to discuss Nick Sirianni, because I've got some numbers on Sirianni that I think are going to buckle Harry's knees. All right?
I am
we'll be back
buckled.
right after this. It is the Eagles Squad Show. Eagles preseason has ended. We're back after this. All right, let me tell you about Yahoo Fantasy. Preseason is now over. I hope you've done your homework. Watch these games. You know a lot of the starters don't play. And this episode is presented by Yahoo Fantasy. It's the best time of year. NFL kickoff is just around the corner, 12 days, as a matter of fact. That means fantasy football season is in full swing as well. And this year, Yahoo Fantasy is turning things up with a fantasy football experience like never before. Now, you got to get involved. You got to check out Yahoo Fantasy because it has evolved over the years. It's not the same year in, year out. They keep upping it with new features like the guillotine leagues. I just like saying guillotine. They just dropped, like a guillotine, every week, the lowest scoring team in the league. Bye-bye. You are relegated. You are eliminated. You are gone. And the last one standing wins. Whether you're all into normal fantasy like you've done for years, or you want to try something new, or you like sticking to head-to-head leagues, well, you got that as well. Public leagues, it's all there. Yahoo's got you totally covered. And to celebrate 28 years of fantasy football greatness, Yahoo Fantasy is dropping 28 big new features over 28 days throughout August. Now, to kick it off, they dropped the Yahoo Fantasy Guillotine Leagues, which we've been talking about. Killer new way to play fantasy football on Yahoo, where, again, the lowest scoring team will get eliminated each week until there's one team left. With the season just around the corner, now's the time to get your league together and give this one a try. Give the Guillotine League mode a try. If you're into the classics, they're there for you as well. You can always stick to the classics. You can still play head-to-head, private leagues, public leagues. It's all there for you. Stay tuned for more killer announcements and start playing Yahoo Fantasy Football now. Just go to yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. Again, that's yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL.
Wow, okay. St. Joe Prep just gave up a 2-touchdown lead to this American Heritage squad down in Florida, who was a 3.5-point favorite. They're tied at 28, and American Heritage has a field goal to win the game with 3 seconds left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Harry's getting ready for the Locked On St. Joe's Squad Show. That game matters,
It's him and two ninth graders.
And it's good.
Oh, no.
Wow. But I had St. Joe Prep I had Prep plus 3.5.
So you're good.
Yeah, so I'm good. Exactly right.
All
right, you got stats on Sirianni.
Yeah, I dropped my daughter off. Rustin had a game tonight as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got stats on Sirianni. First of all, can you believe he's been here for 5 years?
No. I was blown away because when they interviewed him at the end of the beginning of the second half, Scott Graham came back with the 5 year. I'm like, man, it's 5 years. That's back to 2020. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's why I decided to do some numbers on him.
Okay.
He's 44 years of age. So he started when he was 39.
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni is born June 15th. So he just turned 44 a couple months ago.
Yeah.
In his 4 seasons coaching in the NFL for the Eagles, he has coached in 68 games, won 48, lost 20, a win-loss percentage of 706. Do you know where that ranks amongst coaches that have coached 4 seasons or more in the NFL or more than 50 games?
It's got to be.
It's top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
So the only guys ahead of him, Guy Chamberlain, John Madden, Vince Lombardi, George Allen.
Oh, George Allen.
That is some really insane company he's keeping.
Now, who's the first guy? I never heard of that guy. Guy Chamberlain?
Yeah, Guy Chamberlain.
I never heard of that guy.
He, let me see here. Guy Chamberlain. I'm trying to see who he coached for.
I mean, that had to be like pre-George Hallis. Like,
it's one of those names that I've definitely heard, but I couldn't tell you a thing about him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm guessing olden times.
Yeah.
Let me see where he coached at and what era it was. I mean, think about it. Like in today's NFL, he's doing that.
Yeah. Well,
right.
And it goes right in line with Jalen Hurts' numbers. He's 45-17 as a starting quarterback. That's only second to Patrick Mahomes.
That's insane.
That's a 72% win clip.
So Guy Chamberlain, Berlin Guy Champ Chamberlain is what they referred to him as, was born in 1894.
Okay.
Yeah, long life, though. He lived in 1967. And he was inducted in the College Football Hall of Fame in 1962, Pro Football Hall of Fame in 65. And he was named to the 1920s All-Decade
Who
team.
did he coach for?
I don't know. I'm getting to it, Harry.
Jesus.
I have it in front of me, and we're embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that we didn't.
What is this, the Pottsville Maroons? I mean, who are we talking about here?
Chicago Cardinals.
Oh, the Cardinals?
Canton Bulldogs, Cleveland Bulldogs. All right, here you go. Canton Bulldogs, 1922 to 1923. Cleveland Bulldogs, 1924. Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, boys.
Oh,
come
there
on.
you go.
Wow.
So he was an Eagles head coach.
Exactly. Do we even know?
2 years.
Come on.
I never heard of him.
1925 to 1926. He last coached the Chicago Cardinals in 1927. I'm embarrassed. But a
22
5-time
teams
NFL
in that league
champ.
that year. In 1926, there was actually 22 teams in the league that year.
Wow.
Jeez.
So yeah, Guy Chamberlain.
Wow. Guy Chamberlain.
Oh, how about this? He also helped win World War I. Good for him.
But I mean, think about
Not
that
even
company
kidding.
that Nick Sirianni is in.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
pretty crazy.
to come into
when
the
you
league
think
at
about it.
39, and like I didn't know what to think of him. I didn't know boo about him
Yeah.
Right.
when he came in. But the job this dude's done in today's NFL with a cap and everything else, and he's got a general manager that gives him tools, no doubt, is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
geez, what a hire.
Yeah. He's got some gray in that beard for only being 44.
That's about the right time, right?
What?
Well, I mean, you're coaching a team, though. They're long hours, Harry. It's like being a president. It's like a president. They're like dog years coaching in the NFL, I would imagine.
That is true. But also
Although some guys coach until they're fossils.
Hey.
Like Tom Landry was a fossil by the time he was wrapping up.
I started
Don
watching
Shula?
the Cowboys doc, by the way. Started watching it.
Oh, yeah?
I'm mostly done. I'm mostly done the first episode. But if you get through the fact that it's the Cowboys and you stop throwing up for the first 5 minutes, you start to get a little bit of a history lesson. But as far as Sirianni goes, take it from this. He takes over for the only coach to ever win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Okay, I know things really hit the fan with Doug Peterson and all that.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a little bit of a power struggle there with Doug versus the front office and all that. So Doug's gone. They bring in this Nick Sirianni guy who was he had the blessing of Frank Reich. And you're like, all right, this guy, young guy, he's not a play caller. He's an offensive coordinator, but not a play caller. Frank Reich called the plays.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's this guy got? Let me give him a chance at least. You watch that introductory press conference.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of people go, nope,
What?
not this guy.
Yeah,
This guy's
really?
gonna stand. This guy's gonna stand in a locker room and have and inspire this team. This guy's gonna stand on the sidelines on fourth downs and he's gonna have the right call. He's not going to be nervous in that
I didn't buy it.
situation?
Yeah.
I didn't buy it either.
Yeah.
The one thing that I kept in the back of my mind, in the back of my head to at least give him a chance to actually coach the team was, okay, well, public speaking definitely isn't his natural habitat. Maybe the locker room is, maybe the sideline is, maybe the meeting room is, but this ain't it. That's for sure. And then, you hear about the flower power speech, and then all of a sudden they rally after that. I'll say this. What does he do great? Is he a mastermind? Is he a phenomenal mastermind of his offense? When people ask me, like, hey, what is this Nick Sirianni guy? What's his deal? Whatever. What does he do great? Though I think the one thing he does great, and you talk about 10-1 starts, 10-1 starts, 10-3 starts, playoffs every year, 10-game winning streak. If I had to put my finger on one thing that he does great that makes him a successful head coach, outside of the talent that Howie Roseman has put around him, he gets his team to focus. He gets his team
locks him in,
ready to play. And that's something you can't, like, I don't know what a Madden rating would be in the video game for this, but he does it phenomenally well. That's what makes him, I think, a great coach.
And he delegates.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, too, because last year they didn't score a touchdown in the first quarter for how many freaking weeks? So it's like
it was like 11 weeks.
They're ready to play, but they weren't scoring points. It was bizarro, and then they go on and win a Super Bowl. So I just think that like he has command in his own like idiosyncratic way of the room. Like those guys, like
they respond to him.
They do. They really do. And there just seems to be like he has a real positive energy, I think.
Yeah.
Like
confidence.
And if you spend, if I spent time around him, I'd probably love him within about 2
I like
hours.
him now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do like him now. I think there's probably, it stands to reason. I don't know because I'm not around him daily or haven't heard this, but I would think that he's incredibly detail oriented and organized.
Yeah.
Like you hear him speak in the preseason about dress rehearsals and having the joint practices with Cleveland and what they're going to get out of it. And you can listen to it and you just hear like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. But if you really kind of dissect what he's saying and try and crack his code, like he's really got every detail under control. And that's a huge thing, I think, in the NFL with this week-to-week thing for guys to know exactly what to expect every minute of their day. Like pro athletes to perform at that level, they can't have a question about anything or they can't perform. They have to know everything they're doing down to the second. Their routines have to be locked. And I think that he serves them very well in that regard. And they don't worry about that. So they can just go out and perform. And boy, he must be a leader of men. I don't know how it inspires the players, but it does.
And I think he coaches the coaches because that's a big deal in the NFL. If you're the head coach, Baldy always taught me that. You got to coach the coaches. And
how does that work with Vic Fangio, though, who's got so much seniority over him?
Well, seniority meaning experience.
Tenure.
But I mean, he knows what to let that guy. He sort of lets that guy go. Like that's his side of the ball. I'm going to just give him his space, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's
remarkable. I mean,
if I played golf with him by the turn, I'd love him.
You would.
Yeah.
I think he'd be one of those guys that would make you bleed and die for him very quickly.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think he'd be too much of a talker. I think he'd be talking a little too much. And he'd be like telling you things that you could do that you can't. Like, no, Nick, like I appreciate your confidence. I appreciate you trying to boost me, but I can't.
Get that pen out of your visor, by the way, too.
Exactly.
Get rid of that thing.
Yeah, Nick, I really can't pipe this one down the fairway past the bunker.
Yeah.
Settle down.
You got this. You got this. You put that 7-iron away. You get out the driver. Let's go.
I mean, think about it. I mean, since Chip Kelly, you bring in Doug Peterson, who I thought was a boob, but he was a guy that frickin' was a leader of men too. The players loved him.
Yeah.
When he first came in, I mean, his first press conference could have been more of a disaster.
Oh yeah.
The headset couldn't figure out if it worked. And
Doug's wasn't good either.
Oh, he was a mess. That's why I brought out the Stunad meter.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I never called him a Stunad. I said a half a Stunad.
But he did have that cachet of being in the league for a long time. I mean, that goes a long way too. And Sirianni never had that. You know, it's like Mount Union College or whatever, and you know, it's like it's pretty remarkable.
Maybe what he did really well was he came in and he aligned himself with the leaders like Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Brandon Graham, and once you get their seal of approval, it spreads like a wildfire through a dressing room.
They run the locker room for you. By the way, Brandon Graham's commercial for First Trust Bank is freaking phenomenal. I love that thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Saquon one, not good. That one good.
I didn't get a chance to hear it yet. I saw him with the shoulder pads.
Yeah, he's got the shoulder pads on and a suit. Yeah, it's great.
I can't wait. Yeah.
I love that guy.
Oh,
just a great dude from the minute he got here out of Michigan. You could just see like massive personality.
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni, he signed that extension in the offseason back in May. His first deal when he came into the NFL earned him $35 million. He's got to be getting paid double at this point. 5-year extension.
I think it was $15 million or $13.5 million was the number that came out.
That's probably about double.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty crazy. Unbelievable.
More power to him. And but to the point you guys were making earlier, that was one of the things like Doug Peterson always talked about with this like reverence from a lot of the players. They really loved him. They respected him and all that stuff. He could relate to the players. I remember after that one game, I think it was against Cincinnati, Carson Wentz threw the ball like 63 times or something like that. And after the game, Doug Peterson like questioned his team's heart.
Yeah. And
he asked he's like, I don't know if these guys are into it or not, but they better get into it, that type of thing. And then the next day they had this meeting, like the players meeting with Doug. And it was a similar type of situation to after the bye week of last year with Nick Sirianni, where everyone had their, come to Jesus moment. But Doug let the players speak, let them vent their frustrations, and then everyone was on the same page from then on. Like to be able to take that kind of criticism from a head coach and then still play for the guy.
Yeah.
And not only that, but also play to the point where they win a Super Bowl. That also speaks volumes. But again, that guy was a player in the league. That guy was a player in the league for a long time. That guy played for a lot of marquee coaches, really good coaches, really great quarterbacks he had played behind.
Yep.
So he had some swagger to him when it came to his playing career. Not that he's going to the Hall of Fame or anything like that, but just in terms of, hey, when I worked with Dan Marino, this is what he said. When I worked with Don Shula, this is what he said.
It was like osmosis.
Osmosis.
Exactly. He learned something from him.
Yeah. He observed it
but
and
Nick
knew
didn't
it
have
was
that.
working, didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Nick didn't have that, but has that respect. It's wild.
Yep.
Yeah. It is remarkable. He's done a hell of a job here. And the good thing is an NFL head coach can stay on forever. It's not like a shelf life like in the other sports.
Yeah.
Where you can just blitz them.
And then let's look at the other side of this just for a second, because I wrote this down. Like the Jets. I mean, I know it's a preseason game. I'm not making it about this game, but you can just see from a mile away that this is going to be another failed head coaching hire by the Jets.
Yep.
Aaron Glenn, great defensive guy, great player, former first-round pick, played for the Jets. I get it, but it's not going to work. You just know it. Justin Fields stinks. Yeah. They are going to be another doormat for the next 2 or 3 years. He'll get fired, and they'll be doing this all over again.
When's the last time they were good? Mark Sanchez, when they went to Rex Ryan?
2 back-to-back AFC championship games.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, before that, when they had Curtis Martin back in the day, and who was the quarterback they had there?
Pennington.
Yeah, Chad Pennington.
Yeah.
They were good for a little bit, but geez, what a disaster.
They went to an AFC championship game with Vinny Testaverde and Big Tuna.
Well, that was Big Tuna. That was in the 90s.
That was like 99?
I loved Big Tuna, man.
That's because he was running the organization, not the owner.
That was when, to me, that was when football was great.
Yeah, I love guys like him too.
Yeah.
Let's take a time out. We'll come back. We're going to kind of look ahead a little bit as well. Eagles preseason has ended. It ended with a win over the Jets, and we will get to more here on Locked On Eagles Squad Show as we get ready now for the regular season coming up in just 12 days. Harry's going to tell you about BetterHelp.
Yeah, I got to tell you about BetterHelp, and the Jets could use some BetterHelp. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals. I have no idea what those are. Screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? With so much information online about mental health and wellness, it can be overwhelming to figure out what's true and what will actually help you. That's where talking to a licensed therapist through BetterHelp can make all the difference. You get real, personalized guidance instead of just guessing based on something you saw on social media. How has therapy, helped you in your life? Well, I've found that therapy isn't just for navigating major challenges. It's also about building positive coping skills and learning how to set boundaries. Having a trusted professional to talk you through, all that can help cut through the noise and keep you focused on what matters most. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, serving more than 5 million people. It's easy to fit in your schedule, too. Just click to connect. And you can even switch therapists anytime if you need. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off your first month. How about that? 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/LockedOn. That's BetterHelp.com/LockedOn.
Harry gave me a little pump fake there at the end.
A little pump fake?
Pump fake. I had a little trigger happy there.
Yeah.
I'm still reading up on Guy Chamberlain. This guy, man. Yeah. He served in World War I.
Wow.
We need a movie.
Just
Guy
crushed it
Chamberlain movie.
in football.
Not West Chamberlain, Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Guy Lombardo.
Wow.
Or Matt Lombardo.
Thank goodness.
My goodness. That guy's going off the rocker.
So 12 days until it all begins for real.
Yeah.
If you have one concern to top the list, like I look at Makuba, played in the one game, dealing with a shoulder, undersized, showed some instincts when we saw him, but
yeah,
I feel a little iffy.
Well, all right, think about that in the context of what we talked about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
With DeJean.
Yeah.
With the safety thing.
Maybe that's why.
What's the deal? Does Fangio not believe in Makuba?
What has he seen?
Because it's Blankenship and somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
This is where look. It's a concern to answer this question. It's a concern. Like, I know we can talk about injuries, all the live long day. All right. When it comes to the biggest threat of any football team, but when you're when you're built as well as the Eagles are, especially perfectly on the offensive side of football. You're talking about a hamstring injury. That does concern me. Now, I think I can't remember who had it last year. Maybe they both had it. Hamstring injuries, both Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown last year still turned out to be pretty good. But I don't like starting it out in camp. That shouldn't be the norm. Last year would definitely maybe the exception. When you talk about injuries, though, and you're already starting out with a young safety who is undersized and expected to be your starting guy, he's already suffering injuries in training camp. That's not a good sign. And now you got to say, hold on. And people talk about this all the time with the offensive line. Like, you don't want to take your guard on your right side and make him your tackle on your left side and then get bad at two positions. Like if they were to take Tyler Steen off the right guard spot and put him at left guard, and then you would have Brett Toth be your right guard. Like, I don't want to. Why am I messing with two things? Now you're doing this almost by decision by saying, all right, well, how many times are we going to hear from Vic Fangio saying, well, you got to be better than Cooper DeJean at all three positions if you want to play either of those three positions. You mean to tell me you still don't have a guy that can play safety so Cooper DeJean could still ball out as a slot corner? Like for a team that is so well thought out, that is great when it comes to the personnel, this just seems like it's one of those things where you better be right.
Yeah.
You better be right about this one. You better be right about, drafting a quarterback in the second round when you just signed a franchise guy to a long-term extension like Carson Wentz. You better be right. Well, you were.
And they were. Yeah.
And they were. So you better be right. Hiring an offensive line coach to be your defensive coordinator. You better be right. That didn't work out.
They weren't.
They weren't that time. So there's things that happen. They're like, this is so crazy that it better work. And there's other examples. There's one that really bothered me a year or two ago. You better be right. And it was the Brian Johnson. Hold on, this guy's not a play caller, and he's going to take over this offense. Well, who could get in the way of this offense being great? Well, they found out.
Yeah.
There's things like that where you just better be right. It's so it was Sean Desai getting canned, and then Matt Patricia taking over. Like, wow, you're 10-1. Or 10-3, I think you were at the time. You better be right about this. And they weren't. It's so crazy that you better be right. So it's crazy to think that you have a guy as great as Cooper DeJean and go, all right, well, we don't need to take any other safety. We'll just have him be a safety if we can't get somebody that's better. And then we'll manage when in slot or when in nickel coverage. Like, you're nickel all the time. What are you?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, they're never hardly in base defense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So look, I know I've banged this
Just
drum
go
for a
get
long
your
time.
guy Simmons and get
Simmons.
it over.
Just end it already.
Yeah, let's
what are
do
we
it.
doing?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the cost?
You know who would do it? Guy Chamberlain would have done it a week ago.
Damn right he would.
You're right. The man beat the Huns.
He would have been smoking a stogie, a cigarette, and having a chew at the same time doing it.
He would have been looking at the Yellow Jackets jerseys and go, I don't think so. Maybe Kelly Green?
Yeah, those Yellow Jackets, they were horrible. those things were horrible.
Hideous, man.
Oh.
What is the price to go out and get Simmons, though?
Probably about $6 million, $8 million, maybe less.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I
They
mean, he
can
was
squeeze
on,
Why hasn't anybody done it yet?
Yeah, that's the thing. Why? Or is he waiting to pick his spot?
I think he's waiting to pick his spot. I think he's waiting to pick his spot. If somebody else gets hurt, well, the Eagles have a safety that's been hurt twice already.
Yeah.
And I think he also knows that Philadelphia would be the best spot for him, both where I think last year he was on a $7 million deal with the Falcons. So he might be around that same number to sign another 1-year deal with the Eagles. You already know the system. You know the coordinator. You know you're going to be in a great spot.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles have a need for it. Let Drew Makuba, take the baby steps through his first year in the league, and then you have a great safety back there. And so he's going to be even better considering what's going to be up front in Jalen Carter on this defensive line. So,
well, I got to give you credit because you've been on this for since day one of this show, actually.
Yeah.
And now when you start hearing, what Ross Tucker was saying tonight, which really I was just like, what? What did he say?
Yeah.
DeJean's going to be the safety? Like when you start hearing that and the domino effect that has on the rest of the defensive backfield, it makes too much sense. Just go sign him.
I hate when teams act like it's a pop quiz at the end of the year. Like they act surprised. Like, oh, we needed somebody there. Like Brian Dawkins.
Well, it's like when they had no punt returner with Andy Reid. I forget what year that was.
Yeah.
Is that no Jeremy Bloom year?
Oh, geez.
Year?
No punt returner. No answer after Brian Dawkins went to the Broncos.
Right.
It was like, Macho Harris will play. Macho Harris is the corner. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Quentin Demps? What? Is this real? What are we doing?
Boy, those are some names.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
These are the names that keep me up at night sometimes, Eric.
Oh, man.
Screaming and yelling. Wow. The Brian Dawkins one.
Up.
It was just like, why are you letting a franchise icon go and not have a replacement? Right. It's like the double whammy of stupid.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Those are the moves that make people like us look brilliant. Because breaking news here, folks, we didn't play in the NFL. None of us have run teams.
Nope.
But when you do stupid things, it makes our job a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
No doubt.
They excelled at that for years. Not lately, though. I'll tell you, this team, they retooled. I mean, look, I saw the NFL futures. They came out again the other day, updated. The Eagles had the best odds to win the Super Bowl again. Not easy.
Wait, for this year?
That's what I saw the other day. I think they're plus 650.
Because I thought the Ravens were the favorite, and then I thought somebody else jumped in front of them. I forget who it was. Buffalo.
Let me look here on Vegas Insider.
Oh, boy. America's darling.
Oh, the Bills right now are plus 650, as are the Ravens, and the Eagles are now 700. Changed again in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But they're the highest ranked NFC
team. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Chiefs with them. Chiefs are at 800. Lions, then the closest NFC team at plus 1,100.
Yeah, and Washington traded their running back to the Niners today.
Yeah. Robinson, right?
Yeah, Robinson. They weren't going to resign. They weren't going to pay him his money. He was going to cost him a fortune.
Packers up there at plus 2,000 with the Commanders.
Yeah.
And 49ers. 49ers might have a bounce back here.
Where are the Lions on that list?
The Lions were the second closest NFC team, 1,100. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be the competition. Where's Minnesota? I want to see. Minnesota's down there at plus 20 or
they have quarterback issues. They don't know what's going to happen with McCarthy.
Well, let me ask you about that. Let's go there for a second because we did get a comment here during the program about the third string quarterback.
Third string quarterback. Yeah.
We got to wear. Not everybody's going to be a Hall of Famer here. All right. Mike says Eagles desperately need a third string QB. This guy sucks. And of course, he's talking about
Kyle
McCord.
McCord. Yeah.
So Tanner McKee is dealing with some injuries. We only saw him the first week. Do we care that we didn't see him again?
No.
I don't care.
No.
He's
Why
fine.
risk it?
I know
He's
what
worth.
he is.
If he's here, he's worth protecting.
Yeah, I know what he is.
There's no benefit to playing him.
Right.
You know what he can do. He's played an NFL game. You know what he can do. He's played well in the preseason. I'm not rolling the dice on either. If he stays here in Philadelphia, I want him to
play in the season.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How about
he's played in the NFL? Yeah.
DTR not getting a sniff tonight? They made up their mind.
Yeah.
There was a yellow cab outside the stadium waiting to take him home, Harry.
Oh yeah.
I'm not as down on Kyle McCord after this. There was a lot of did he make mistakes?
A lot of drops too.
A lot of drops, a lot of pressure, a lot of guys a lot of guys right there. Who is it? Hilton at the left tackle to start out the game today. There was pressure in Kyle McCord's face immediately. But before I go on to say anything about what I liked about him, he looked every ounce of a very inexperienced late round rookie pick on that interception he threw down the sideline into double coverage, where he had no business throwing that football, especially on a 1st and 10. Live and fight another down, friend. That was a dumb play. But then, there were drops. There were also drops by defensive backs that also had his passes in there.
Yeah, it could have been picked off. You're right. Yeah.
I thought there was some instances there where he was able to show off his athleticism and get out of the pocket. He had that nice sidearm throw to
on the bootleg.
Ben Von Sumeren. Yeah,
on the bootleg.
Yeah. And the rush was right in his face on that one, and he got rid of it. Look. Again, it's preseason. I'm not saying this guy should be battling for the number 1 backup spot. But okay, I think I saw some things I can work with. In the limited time we've seen him in the preseason.
Yeah.
Well, limited until today.
I'm really not worried about the 3rd string quarterback position, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, if you're starting,
you know what I'm more worried about?
You're going and getting somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm more worried about, fellas? This Guy Chamberlain guy's a fraud. Let me tell you. His real last name is Chamberlain, but his dad changed it. How do you trust this guy? How do you trust this guy? I'm glad he's not coaching here anymore.
That's like Thiesman changing to Theismann.
Theismann,
yeah. Oh, that is that'd be Notre Dame. Yeah. All right, let's take our last blink of a break, and we'll have some final thoughts back after this. Locked On Eagles squad show. Next week we'll have 2 shows, boys, because there's no game.
Boy, oh boy.
Right.
And then it'll be the first week of the NFL season. We do get college football next week.
We actually get it this week, too.
Yeah, a little taste.
Kansas State, Iowa State are playing in Ireland.
Really? Where in Ireland?
Dublin, I believe. Yeah, I think Kansas State is giving up a home game to go play this game. And Kansas State's supposed to be pretty good this year. They're picked to win the Big 12 by a lot of people. It's kind of a bizarre, playing that game that early and playing it over there is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Does Dublin want that? Does Europe even want our game?
Well, Notre Dame played Navy over there.
That makes sense, though. That's Fighting Iron.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Shoe fits, right?
Right.
You bring those boys over, they get to hang out in Cork.
But the Fighting Irish they're not Irish. That's just their nickname.
I know.
What?
Yeah, they're not Irish.
I mean, Raghib Ismail was not Irish, Harry?
He's not Irish. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I had no idea.
Jesus.
Jerome Bettis is not an Irishman?
No.
I thought he was Jerome Bettis from Letterkenny.
No.
Ireland. Give me a pint.
Letterkenny.
Here are the busters entering the bar, the pub.
Oh, God.
All seriousness, bucket list for me. I would love to go over for a baseball game or football Americano. I'd love to go overseas for a game like that.
Would you go to Ireland?
It's my island. I wasn't exactly welcomed in Ireland when I was there briefly.
Weren't the Sixers in London a couple years ago?
Sixers were in London,
right?
Yeah.
Sixers were in London.
The O2 Arena.
Didn't Gargano go over for that?
Of course he did.
Yeah.
He traveled for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta be there. Boots on the ground. The whole thing. Take the picture with the guys, the guards outside of the castle. Yeah. Imagine if the Eagles went to Italy to the boot. How Farzetta would be there.
Yeah.
Louis would be there.
Luigi would be in there. Yeah, of course.
Advanced scouting too.
That's legitimate.
But they never go there.
Hold on. with Big Dom and Nick Sirianni, how the hell is Roger Goodell not working on this already?
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
I mean,
they could be at the Coliseum.
So this Sao Paulo crap. Put them in Rome.
Yeah. Hey, whoa. Patullo. You're right. Fangio, Sirianni, Big Dom. Where's my Italian game? Why does the NFL hate Italians? That's my question. That is my question. What's going on here?
610.
610.
That's a good one right there.
Just Vic Fangio sitting outside at a cafe sipping a.
Yeah.
I can see the Italians just watching all our guys out there.
Yeah.
Just being like, "Che cosa?"
I mean, Nick Fangio sipping a coffee and having a nice bread. Dipping a nice bread dip.
Yeah, just think about that.
I need Big Dom with a mocha pot on the sideline, just sitting there. Just
how would the culture over there embrace like the NFL coming on? I think they'd be, everybody come in now, the manja, the whole thing.
That's a good question. How would they embrace the?
Oh my God.
I think they're all about a party. If you bring the party, they'll party.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll really give a damn about the game, but
warm wine at the game.
That just dawned on me. They're all Italians. Sirianni, Patullo, Fangio. I mean, Big Dom. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's a takeover.
They'd be massively welcome there. Fly the Italian flag onto the field.
It's a takeover. He says.
Yeah, Cause will be there. Doing like an Anthony Bourdain episode on PHLY. Whole thing. It was funny. It'd be cool. Look, go to Australia. Go everywhere. Go down under.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a travel.
Yeah, it is.
Brazil was below the equator. That was a hell of a travel too.
I wish I was somewhat kidding, Harry. You put a quarter in the machine. I'm a little pissed.
Yeah,
the Eagles haven't gotten.
Well, I'm thinking about
Rome.
That. Yeah.
Maybe you put them. Maybe down Naples, down Naples,
Napoli, Don.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Or as AJ Soprano said, Nobly Dobbly. He said Nobly Don.
I thought we were Nobly Dobbly or something. Yeah. I mean, come on, Torin. Yeah, I even go up north. I'll just give me a game, man.
Yeah.
Playing all over Europe.
Right.
Come on. Get Andrew Siciliano over there to cover it.
Siciliano.
Yeah, and Sal Palantonio.
Sal.
We'd have all the Paisans over there.
This is gonna be good.
Oh,
I think we're on to something.
Yeah. I frankly, with Farzetta and Louis DiBiase, the Locked On Pod show should be headed over too.
Bang.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll be welcome.
I'll sit that one out.
I've never even been to Europe. I think it's a staged thing.
There might only be like 10 golf courses in that whole country. I have no interest in Italy.
Yeah,
what, in Italy?
Or somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a place in Tuscany. I know that. It was down the street from my wedding. I almost went.
Tuscany.
Yeah.
Under the Tuscan sun.
It's between Siena and Cortona. It's right there. Boom. It was like 20 minutes down from where I got married. I strongly considered renting clubs and playing the morning of. That idea got shot down. That idea got shot down.
The game in my hometown of Gargano. NFL and Baldy.
Oh, man.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Bring Vi over and do a haka.
I'm legit pissed they don't have a game in Italy yet. This is ridiculous.
Mark, it's not happening. You know why? Because it makes too much sense. That's why. We put it in Brazil where it makes no sense at all. What are we doing? Medellin next to Colombia?
Put Big Dom in a meeting with Roger Goodell. You tell me if it happens. Okay?
Yeah, it'll happen.
You tell me if Roger Goodell looks at Big Dom and says no.
Isn't the Italian president like a young woman or something?
Yeah. Maloney or something her name is.
Yeah. We need to get a
like
call. That. Can we book some time?
She's a firecracker, that woman.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm.
No, not an Italian lady. We can.
Yeah.
They're usually so mild-mannered.
Yeah,
you never know how they feel.
Right.
I don't
very
date
demure. They're always very demure.
Mikey misses an Italian wouldn't even date Italian broads.
Oh, I know.
He's like, nope.
Yep.
Stay away.
All
right.
Oh my God.
We've certainly gone on long enough. So let me tell everybody that you can we thank you for making Locked On Eagle Squad Show your first listen today. Make the fantasy draft season. It's here. So for your second listen, find on the Locked On Fantasy Football Podcast with host Vinny Iyer, Paisan, and Michelle Madjuk, not a Paisan. Listen every day to prep your fantasy draft and become the most informed manager so you can take home your league's trophy this season. Find Locked On Fantasy Football on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. We'll be back this week. We got 2 Utah. Give me 2 shows this week as we await the start of the NFL season. Everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time on the Locked On Eagles Squad Show.